Number 6. The Dead Room Window. This scary video comes from a lad who lives alone. He was just dragging himself back to his flat after a late shift at work. But as he's standing outside his building, he looks up at his own bedroom window and spots something bloody terrifying. Knowing it wasn't just exhaustion playing tricks, he whips out his phone. Watch this.
No mamen. Acabo de llegar del trabajo y vean lo que estoy viendo en la ventana. No mamen.
What the hell is inside this room? As he zooms in on this top-floor bedroom, a pale, almost translucent face can be seen staring down from the darkness like it's been waiting for him to get back. Too shattered, and with his brain cells taking the night off already, instead of calling the police, he does the sensible thing. Posts the video online and rings a mate to crash on his sofa for the night. While to us, his case leans strongly to the paranormal, we're curious to hear your thoughts. What do you think? Be sure to drop your thoughts in the comments.
Y vean lo que estoy viendo en la ventana. No mamen.
Number 5. From Dusk Till Dead. Paranormal investigator Ricky Velasquez went out to a Mexican ghost town that was meant to be a massive resort. But builders kept vanishing, dropping dead, or flat out quitting. Turns out the land is cursed. Decades ago, a mob chased a woman and her kid over witchcraft, and she doomed the place with her dying breath. Locals reckon if you spot a ghostly woman, a child, or some creepy jackal figure out there, you're next. Obviously, Ricky and his mate headed straight in. At first, it's just your standard creepy ruins. But the spirits here won't show up unless you invite them. So his mate tries a full-on invocation ritual. When that does nothing, they head deeper inside for round 2, this time pointing a thermal camera into the dark to catch any heat signatures. But absolutely nothing could have prepared them for what popped out in front of Ricky. Take a look.
¿Sientes ese frío? ¿Eh? ¡Hold! Come on!
Right out of the pitch black, a figure pops up on the screen, shaped exactly like a woman. Ricky absolutely legs it, but as he's running, he bumps straight into what looks like a kid crouching next to a wild coyote. That was it. He scrambles back to his mate, and they get the hell out of there.
Vi algo feo ahí.
¿Dónde?
Ahí, en la puerta vi algo feo ahí. Ahí había un coyote.
¿A dónde?
Ahí había un coyote.
¿Sabes lo que hay aquí?
¿Qué?
La maldición de la bruja se te apareció.
Nah. Sí,
Y
pero...
ahí el que se presentó fue el amigo. Porque está resguardando todo lo que te dije.
Pero no es malo para mí.
No, ese temor se te quita.
Those figures match the local legends spot on. With the ritual and the sightings lining up so perfectly, it's easy to write the whole thing off as a wind-up. It could definitely be staged, but then again, if you're faking it, why pick a cursed town where people literally vanish? So did Ricky actually wake something up, or is it just a brilliant show? We'll let you be the judge on this one. Hey, have you tried the new paranormal website we built for you yet? It's anomalytools.com. You can use ghost hunting tools like the spirit box, the trigger tones, and even the Ouija board. Okay, maybe not the last one if you're scared. It's all fun and games though. Give it a go at anomalytools.com. Number 4. The Eldritch Patient. Antonio Park took a trek deep into the woods over in Lima to check out an abandoned hospital that's just been left to rot. Armed with a camera and what we can only assume is absolute balls of steel, our guy starts poking around inside. Eventually, he finds himself creeping along this long, pitch-black hallway lined with locked doors. But it's when he wanders down into the basement, specifically the carrion section, that things go completely pear-shaped. He ends up catching something on film that'll haunt his dreams for a long time. Watch closely.
A la mierda. Miren, si apago, miren lo que pasa si apago la linterna. Miren, huevones, no se ve ni mierda. Uy, préndela. Prende esta concha. Prende.
Hasta que me cago.
Puta, la cámara se distorsiona, huevón. Puta, Andrés, no sé, huevón. Miren. Todo esto estaba alumbrado, no sé si se acuerdan ustedes. Todo esto estaba alumbrado, pero ya llegó 3:30 y todo se apagó, huevón. ¿Sí? A ver, Jordi, a ver. No me jodas, huevón. Oye, me parece hoy alguien sentado, concha su madre allá, huevón. Oye, hay alguien... Oye, huevón, hay alguien sentado ahí, ¿no? Oye, mira, huevón, mira. Mira, huevón, me parece. Espera. Ya la gente, huevón. Oye, lo que yo... Mira, en la esquina derecha, ven los ojos. ¿Qué mierda? Oye, ¿qué es eso, concha de su madre? Oye, la mierda, huevón, mi cuerpo.
¿Qué es esa mierda?
No sé, huevón, mi cuerpo está aquí. Ay, concha de su madre.
A la mierda, hermano, qué loco.
Oye, ¿qué es eso, huevón? Sí, huevón.
Ya deja de grabar, concha.
Oye, ¿qué es eso, hermano? ¿Qué es eso? La mierda, gente, huevón.
Qué picante esa huevada.
¿Qué hago, huevón? ¿Me voy, sigo avanzando o me retiro más gente? Puta, mándense algo y yo te lo juro que yo sigo avanzando, hermano. Yo sigo avanzando, no tengo... Ya que chucha, ya estoy acá, huevón.
Te está viendo, sí te está viendo.
Mano, me estaban viendo, huevón.
Ya no lo veas, pare.
Sí, ahí, huevón, me está mirando. No, gente, no me voy a ir, no me voy a ir, no me voy a ir porque yo creo en Dios, huevón, yo creo en Dios y yo sé que no me...
As he pans the camera down the corridor, Antonio spots something moving behind the glass of a locked door. Something is shifting around in the pitch black. Now, any sane person would have turned around and walked away at this point. But not Antonio. He actually steps closer. He shines his torch right through the window, and that's when the camera catches it. A pair of glowing eyes staring directly back at him. Watch closely.
Ya deja de grabar, concha.
Uy, ¿qué es eso, hermano? ¿Qué es eso? A la mierda, gente, huevón.
Qué picante esa hueá.
You could argue it's just a trapped animal reacting to the sudden light. But animals usually flinch, shift around, or try to escape, don't they? This thing does absolutely none of that. It just stands perfectly still, holding eye contact like it's studying him right back. Survival instincts kick in. Antonio and his mates nope out of there instantly, putting as much distance as possible between themselves and whatever the hell was waiting in that ward. I mean, can you blame them? Would you stay? Yeah, right. Rambo it.
Fucking Rambo it! Get in there and Rambo it, love!
En la esquina derecha, ven los ojos.
Number 3. The Crying Lane. A group of mates were driving down to the pharmacy at stupid o'clock. You know the drill, a quick 10-minute errand that usually ends with a few snacks you didn't even plan on buying. Everything seemed perfectly normal on the drive, right up until this happened. Take a look.
El señor me lo está viendo.
Señor, ¿qué es eso? Lo que está allá.
Nos bajamos. Güey, güey. Me está moviendo.
Allá, lo que está allá moviéndose en lo más oscuro. Güey, no es un palo.
No, güey, yo lo veo forma. Yo también le veo forma
Eso
como
es lo que
mujer,
está
güey.
moviendo allá.
Ay, que feo me cagué, güey. Estamos bien cerca, güey.
¿Eh? No sé. Y nos queríamos bajar por las pastillas. Esa cosa que está ahí, mire.
Mira, no hay nada, entonces no era un tronco ni nada porque muchas personas van a decir eso. ¿Sí hay pasado para allá, verdad? ¿O nomás está aquí?
Pues sí, hay los detalles, te digo que no es.
Ah, ok.
Pero ahí donde está él, pues está. Ay, no, ya. Vámonos, mi noche, es que lo pido.
Bueno, allá me voy igual.
A ver, a ver. Ay.
No hay nada, miren.
Right there, smack in the middle of the road, a figure is standing completely still. It looks like a woman in a long white nightgown trailing to the floor. No visible feet and absolutely no face. You can hear them laughing in the car, but trust me, they aren't having a giggle. That's pure nervous shock. They didn't even realize how grim it was until someone in the comments pointed it out. The shape looks exactly like La Llorona, the infamous weeping woman. Whether it's actually her or just a sick prank is a whole different story. Either way, it's a bloody good thing they didn't get any closer.
No, güey, yo lo veo forma. Yo también le veo forma
Eso
como
es lo que
mujer,
está
güey.
moviendo allá.
Ay, que feo me cagué, güey. Estamos bien cerca, güey.
Number 2. Blinding Frights. Late one evening, a resident named Tammy was heading back home when something across the street caught her attention. Not enough to fully stop her in her tracks, but just enough to leave that lingering feeling that something wasn't quite right. At the time, she couldn't make out what she was looking at, just a vague shape moving in the dark. Easy to brush off, easy to ignore, at least until she checked her CCTV later that night. And that's when things went from probably nothing to, this feels like the opening scene of a horror movie. Take a look. Her camera captures a figure crossing the street. At first, it just looks like a bloke holding a flashlight to his face, until the figure suddenly drops down on all fours and continues moving across the road like it's the most normal thing in the world. And here's where it gets worse. The light doesn't move like a handheld torch. It stays completely fixed to the head, like the light is actually part of the figure. So now, you're not just watching someone with questionable nighttime habits, you're watching something that doesn't quite follow the rules. As it moves, the figure alternates between walking on two legs and crawling on all fours, slipping in and out of the camera's field of view before eventually disappearing into the darkness. Now, sure, it could be someone with a headlamp, maybe messing around or moving in a way that just looks worse on camera. But the movement feels a little too natural, in a way that it shouldn't be, making some people lean into it being a cryptid. But what do you think? Just a person having a very strange night, or something that doesn't quite stick to two legs? Number 1. Separation anxiety. Sam, a man from the United States, had been dealing with something he couldn't see, but definitely felt. For months, he dealt with constant strange noises and disturbances in his home, something persistent. So he did what most people would consider the final option. He brought in professionals for a full cleansing and exorcism of the house. It didn't work. Hoping it was just tied to the property, Sam packed up and retreated to a remote cabin in the woods. Fresh start. Problem solved, right? Not quite. Take a look. Sam fills his empty cabin, just a quiet room and a chair. But watch closely. Right behind it, a dark head-like shape slowly peeks out, checking if the coast is clear. But the creepiest part is that Sam swears he never saw it in real time. He only heard the exact same noises he's put up with for months. It wasn't until he checked the footage later that it hit him. He wasn't alone. Now here's where it gets grim. Viewers reckon it's a personal attachment, meaning wherever Sam goes, this thing follows. Skeptics will obviously blame the potato quality of the camera or weird shadows, but that doesn't explain why the activity followed him miles away from where it started. Attachments can latch onto anyone, even someone sat watching this in the dark right now. So tonight, when you finally lock your phone and hear a floorboard creak in the hallway, just remember, Sam thought he was perfectly alone, too.
but no one seemed to be talking about the fact that so many doors seemed to open on their own with nothing behind them.
Someone or something is hiding behind the wall.
But if you look closely, a dress billowing around her, and it's legging it. He couldn't figure out if he had actually seen that,